From Iraq to San Diego, you're listening to the Yellow Ribbon Team on AM 1700. If you're serving on a base or on a ship overseas, thank you for your service today. I'm standing here at M.C.A.S. Miramar, and I have Janine Koffel and Liz Barnes. Did I get that right? And what I have the pleasure of being here with you two. You are involved with the liaison program for schools here in San Diego. We were talking a little bit earlier. Tell us a little bit about your program, what you're doing for schools here in San Diego.
You know what, we are thrilled to welcome over 70 schools here today at the Air Show. We work, Liz and I, with all of our area partner schools to provide support to our military children as well as to the professionals, educators who are responsible for making sure they get a great education. We work with families, we work with teachers, we work with community partners like the Yellow Ribbon Team, M.C.A.S, great organizations that want to reach out and support and care for our military children and their families.
Well, outstanding program. Thank you so much for doing this. You know, my wife is a school teacher. Let me tell you, as a school teacher, these kids are out here today. What are they learning? What did you bring them in? Tell us a little bit about what happened this morning.
Okay, well, we brought them in after having received some lesson plans, how to incorporate what they're doing here today on California standards. Some of the schools are out actually climbing on and inside of helicopters and airplanes. They're seeing those rudders, those flaps firsthand. What makes a plane overcome gravity? What makes it change the way it pitches or yaws? And hey, you can learn all those terms out here today. The schools are also there seeing the great demonstrations we have going on, seeing how man has learned to use aviation to overcome gravity, and it's just an excellent hands-on learning experience.
And that's the price of freedom you just heard flying over us, everybody, and that's what it costs to make us safe here, but you're absolutely right. And the kids are getting hands-on. They're getting to touch these things and look at them, and then they go back to school, and I guess they get the chance to talk with the teacher about how things fly and things work. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We provided lesson plans from 3rd grade all the way through 12th grade, different activities and exercises that the teachers can use to help connect that hands-on learning that they are experiencing today and to personalize that experience. These students are having the opportunity to talk to our young heroes, our Marines, sailors, the folks who make and maintain and make our aircraft fly, accomplish our mission. They get a chance to hear firsthand what it's like, what it takes to be a Marine or a sailor in today's military, and then they go back to the classroom and pull that all together according to California standards like Liz mentioned, and we're really excited to include a lot more students and schools next year at next year's Air Show.
Now, did you give them anything this morning to take back to school on Monday morning? What are they gonna have in their hands to be able to share with their classmates?
Well, they got bumper stickers, and if they answered or asked a question that stumped one of our guest pilots who was doing interviews, well, actually they were doing a short brief about the types of aircraft that are stationed here, the kinds of missions they fly. If any of those kids stumped our aviators with a question, they got a special sticker to go back and say, you know, I
stumped the aviator.
Sounds like a new game show. Just stump the aviator. Yeah. I tell you what, if I'm stumping the aviator, I ain't flying with that guy.
Well, Kevin and I were talking. We walked in here. There's some young people here, by the way, and we wonder, are they playing video games or are they flying these airplanes? They're flying $40 million aircraft. I mean, that's an amazing thing. Now, for a brief flyby here, I would like to say, once again, my wife is a teacher and things like that. Tell us a little bit further about the program. Why is it important for these students who get into schools, they move from one school to another, they come from a military family, they're wearing a Charger jersey, next thing they're up in Alameda and they have to wear a Raiders jersey. How do they mix in with the new crowd, and how do you help them?
Okay, well, some of the things that we're working on within our office is working with M.C.A.S to stand up some student-to-student organizations where students that are already within the school welcome the new students, shadow them, help them adjust, and give them a place to connect. It's also important to work with the schools because our military children have unique backgrounds and experiences, not only where they've come from, but many of them are going through deployments at a very fast cycle in today's world. And to help the teachers understand what psychologically, what emotionally is occurring in these children, it's a win-win situation for the school, for the teacher, and for our children to make that connection. For our families moving out of state before they get here, if they can make that connection, understanding local schools, the terminology and everything that's going on, then it just helps those children seam in faster and adjust quicker.
Wow, what an amazing program. And you had something to add to that, Jane?
I wanted wanted to say that in March, thanks to some amazing partnerships, thanks to the Yellow Ribbon Team and the Armed Services YMCA, we're going to have the opportunity to offer a professional development training for educators, caseworkers, anyone who's interested in learning more about sort of the military culture that our children are born into and are very much a part of, and they serve just as much as the spouses and the service members themselves. They make the sacrifices. They mark the time until dad or mom comes home, and there's some cost associated to that, and it affects and impacts their ability to learn. And so we're very pleased to be able to offer an opportunity for professional development where educators can get continuing education units or graduate credit for learning a little bit more about the inner workings of the military culture.
And that's great. My wife always needs extra continuing education units. How can I get her involved, and when would be the next time I get her involved in something like this, next year? Or
yes, what we'd like to do, I guess, the best way to reach us is just give us a call. Visit us, or you can visit us on the website if you go to M.C.A.S. Miramar.com and click on Schools K-12. That's probably the easiest way to find us on the web. Or you can visit us at the Yellow Ribbon Team. We're on your website as well. Or you can give us a call at 858-577-6633. That's 858-577-6633.
You did that beautifully. Jane, Liz, you are two very special people. Thank you for the privilege of being here today. Thank you for serving these young children, and we really are impressed with your program. We can't wait to continue to be involved with it. This is Douglas Cummings, Yellow Ribbon Team, AM 1700, and it's back to you, Kevin.